Right, another lunch with Luke. It's Wednesday. It's 24 past 12, and it's lunch with Luke. For those of you who don't get that reference, I'm way too young to make that reference. So, yeah. I've got tea, got southern fried chicken. I think I did notice, looking back on the last lunch with Luke, I didn't actually eat much on camera, which is, weird for me, because doing this, which isn't really a food review, I'm always like, I don't want to look like disgusting like an animal whilst I'm eating the food, because that's not the point of this. The point of this is to like have a discussion, and the food is just there to make this seem more casual. I don't know. I don't really want to discuss my personal problems in a way that doesn't feel like I'm just having a conversation. And this video, I'm going to be discussing my goals for this year, my professional, I guess, because I've been doing this for 3 years almost now. I've been doing this for 2 years and a bit, so I guess somewhat I'm professional-ish at making videos. Professional in very loose air quotes. Yeah, I've been making videos for like 3 years, 2 years, and I think that kind of labels me YouTuber, kind of professional-ish. I mean, I haven't had a video blow up. I guess the Mars ice cream thing didn't blow up, but it was mildly popular for a YouTuber of my size at that point. It's mildly popular. It reached like 100 views in like a week, which for a channel that has like 10 subscribers at that point, it's massive. But now I'm struggling to make it to 10 views. So I guess the first goal that I have of this year is to try and make my videos more inviting to an audience, have less dead time. What I mean by that is less time of actual silence in the video, because all you get is like the white noise in the background. And that's not good to listen to, especially if you're wearing headphones. Like, I know a lot of people now, by a lot of people I mean my friends do it sometimes, and I do it most of the time, watch YouTube on the television, on TV, and that is a-okay, and it's fine. I do it, but what I also notice from that is white noise is annoying when it's played on television, especially on like surround sound stuff. It's annoying. White noise is just annoying in general. Dead silence for an extended period of time, you don't want that being a content creator, because as a content creator, your main job, or your main the main thing you want to do is entertain your audience. So when you're not saying anything, you're not entertaining. I mean, you can be doing some silly slapstick stuff, but that doesn't really work with content of my type of content. My type of content is very much based around the words that are coming out of my mouth. And if you knew me in school, then you know how difficult it is for me to sound interesting with the words coming out of my mouth. Some good tea, by the way. Very good tea. I'm probably gonna zoom in whenever whenever I have tea, I'm probably going to zoom in, because that's a cool YouTuber effect. You know, Udasanis does it. They also do the swirly thing. For a channel that's almost at 2 million subscribers, they do a lot of like 10k sub editing techniques. That's what I've noticed. Anyway, this feels more like just, well, that's what this is. That's the point of this, just being a casual sit down chat. But first goal is remove or attempt to say more words, do more things, have less dead noise in my videos, and if that means editing out white noise, I'll do that. Yeah, I've come to do that in some videos. Just playing it back, it just seems weird. It's just like, I do this and I do that, and I sound not like a robot. I am definitely the real who does stuff, not a paid actor. Yeah, it sounds weird playing it back, but it's like, it's a lot better than having just, hi, I'm going to do a video to yeah, that just sounds weird. Sorry, go again. Second goal is to actually upload more. I felt like last year I was uploading like once a week, twice a week. I don't want to do that. I actually have no excuse not to upload on certain days, because I don't have anything better to do. This is my primary job, sort of thing. So I don't actually have anything better that I could be doing, apart from when I actually am seeing friends, or, you know, have a plan for that day that's not sit down in front of your camera, eat some chicken, or, you know, talk about comic books for an extended period of time. Do you ever get that where tea just tastes worse when it gets to like the bottom? I think it's because that's where all the like concentrated stuff is, or maybe that's where all the sugar is, and so it just tastes overwhelmingly sweet at the bottom. But yeah, I do notice that a lot of the time I am just, you know, sitting around and maybe potting about, mostly because this channel, the thing that I've decided to review or to make my channel based around, is something that costs money to buy the product to make a review, and I'm not making money back from that. And I'm not complaining about that. I have an ecstatically amazing platform to share my ideas and to share, you know, what I like with the rest of the world. But also, it's very difficult to buy stuff when your bank account's empty. And yeah, you can say, just get a job. And that is a very valid point. But at this point, I'm so close to actually reaching that goal, that subscriber goal that can actually bring money in to the channel. Then, as soon as I get a job, I'll be like, I'm making money from this, which I actually enjoy doing, as opposed to that, which is mind-numbingly boring and I don't want to do, and that I didn't go to college especially to train to be good at that thing. I went to college to be good at this thing that I'm doing and that I'm trying to do well. You know, it's a double-edged sword. The thing, I can either do the thing that makes me money now, but gives me less time to do this, or I can put all of my time into doing this so that I can build this into what I want it to be, or what I wanted it to be from the get-go. The thing is, at the start, when I initially wanted to do was just share my geekiness with other geeks and kind of, meet other comic book people on this channel who like the same stuff I do and that I can engage in conversation with. That, it's not like talking to my friends who are like, yeah, we watch the films, but we don't really know much about the comics. It's like, on here, I was like, I can possibly find people who know about the comic books, nearly, like, who know more than me, that can educate me about comic books, can educate me about, the medium in general, and I can also educate other people. And as I've like come to get an audience and come to actually get commenters and get people's feedback, what I've decided is the more, I guess the kind of the thing that I should be doing is kind of removing this kind of stigma. There's still kind of the stigma to comic books that people think, oh, Spider-Man, that's automatically for kids. There's people that still think that all Marvel movies are kids movies. Avengers Endgame is a 3-hour-long movie about resurrection and half of the universe dying and depression, eating disorders, people facing consequences to their actions in a previous film, and then it's being labelled as a kids movie. Just because it's got a talking raccoon in it, and just because there's, punching, and oh my god, superheroes, that must be for kids. It's not. People look at one thing, and then they look at, say, the Punisher or Daredevil, and they're like, they don't wear capes, so they're adult. May I introduce you to a character called the Sentry? A character a lot of people seem to think is a blanket Superman ripoff, but he's quite clearly not, because he has mental issues. The Sentry is a very complex character in terms of actual, like, comic book lore. Like, the Sentry is A, multiple personality disorder, B, has a literal parasite inside of him that's waiting to get out and to enslave the planet. I don't think Superman has to deal with that. Maybe as one of his actual villains, but not, like, inside of him. The reason why I like the Sentry so much is because his main villain, his main antagonist, is himself. Which, yeah, it's a really interesting concept. But yeah, I don't understand, being a comic book reader, why there is a stigma to comic books. There's a reason why the Spider-Man game for PS4 is a 16. It's because Spider-Man as a character as he has been written in comic books, is very adult. He's essentially someone who has lost so much that he has gone mental and uses jokes as a coping mechanism for his own depression, because he sees everyone that's died in his life as his fault. Uncle Ben, he didn't stop the robber that shot him, so it's his fault. Gwen Stacy, he couldn't save her from falling off the bridge. Instead, he believes that his web line actually snapped her neck. That's his fault, apparently. Ben Reilly, Spider-Man swung out of the way of a glider that was coming towards him, hits Ben Reilly instead. His fault. And Spider-Man sees all of these events, and instead of like dealing with them like a normal person but going to therapy, he instead punches more people and makes more jokes. Batman is another character that a lot of people outside of the comic book world, the comic book realm, think, "Oh, you're into Batman? What are you, like 6?" And then if you're into the comic book world and you've read stuff like The Dark Knight Returns, stuff like Batman Europa, stuff like The Killing Joke, then you know that isn't the case at all. Batman is a very dark, very depressing character who like watches the world burn from the inside out, and he has no powers at all, but he goes up against like someone who has broken his back on multiple occasions, a literal crocodile man. You know, the reason why I like comic books so much is that it shows a world where anything is possible. The good guy always wins, but there are also consequences to winning. Like, for example, Secret Empire. A lot of people don't like Secret Empire. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Secret Empire, that's a fascist, anti-Trump, propaganda piece." It's quite clearly not. It's quite clearly just, oh, you only think that because it came out a year that Donald Trump just happened to be president, and you're making too many parallels. It's literally just a story of what if Captain America was the leader of Hydra, which in and of itself is a very interesting story that you don't think you want to get told until it's actually told, and it's told well. And the consequences to that, even though they don't come until like literally a year later after the Mark Waid run, which was shit. Yeah, the Ta-Nehisi Coates run actually plays with. People don't remember Captain America as the hero anymore. People see Captain America as the leader of Hydra. So it's all about Captain America being like, I have to fix my reputation. And you have stuff like Tony Stark Iron Man, where Tony Stark died and then came back and rebuilt his body from the ground up. And because of this, it's not just like, oh, he's back now. There's no consequences at all to rebuilding your body. The way that it's presented is he's rebuilt his body, but now he doesn't feel human anymore. He literally feels more robot than human, which is a very interesting take to go with Iron Man. I feel like I've gone way too off topic now. I'm going to go with my third goal for this year. I've got 3 goals for this year. Third goal is just simple: don't die. You know, that's a joke one. But yeah, that is becoming more and more, apparently difficult with the way the world is going. Like fucking the second day of January in 2020, it's like fucking World War III is happening, and now it's like the 7th, and World War III has gone from trending to not trending to trending to, hashtag no war with Iran. And it's like, that is genuinely a scary thing. Like, I know myself that there is a very low possibility of me being involved in World War III because A, Britain has yet to actually get involved with this America-Iran crisis. B, I actually wouldn't, even if I did get drafted, I wouldn't pass a medical test because, I have asthma and I'm medically overweight. So, I wouldn't actually pass a medical test. And C, I just don't see, like, World War III actually happening. I don't know if it's like my naive youthness, but I don't see it escalating to something like that, because Trump, if the American public, and if I have any American viewers that are of the age to vote, when November comes, don't vote Trump, vote anyone else. I was even one of the people that was like, Trump's not that bad. Come on, the other choice was fucking Hillary Clinton. Trump's not that bad. And now I'm like, fuck. Trump could start World War III. Oh no. Oh no. It's like, if you have the option to vote Bernie Sanders and you don't, you have a choice between evil and evil. It's not a choice that's going to go well either way. One leads to possible war, the other leads to, just a laughing stock of a politician. Actually both are laughing stocks of politicians, but who cares at this point? Actually, a lot of people care because it might spark, a next world war. So, if you don't care, get to caring, because fucking lives are on the line, boy. Fucking lives are on the line. But yeah, yeah, there's a lot of genuine terror at the thought of that. A lot of a genuine fear at the thought of that. But yeah, my final goal for this year is actually a numerical one. I want very, very dearly want to reach 1,000 subscribers. That is very likely this year. That is like going to happen. What I did get told by someone is, let's get to 5k this year, and I was like, that's not possible. I will never get to 5k. I'll never get to 10k. Never getting 1K I'm fine with. I'm absolutely fine with 1K. Just, you know, I actually have no reason to get to 1K because I can live stream on Twitch, but like the more people watching my channel, the more people that will want to go to Twitch. It's like as much as I'm happy with entertaining people, I do want a sustainable platform that I could like pay my bills with and like buy food with. Like my channel is based around like comic books, video games, and movies. What do I need to be able to view those mediums? I need to be able to afford to view those mediums. So, like, as much as you can say, I don't do it for the money, I do it for entertaining people. I need to be able to have the money to buy the things to entertain the people. It's a savage circle that just goes round and round. It's like, oh, but if you really don't want to do it for the money, just sit down and record yourself filming, and record yourself rambling about something. It's like, yes, but cameras cost money, and no one's going to watch someone talking into a potato camera with a shit microphone and a shit light. It's like that is just common sense, really. But oh man, I sound like an absolute dick. Like, but that's just how this platform works. It's like you need the money to buy the equipment to make the videos, to get the money to buy the equipment to make the videos, and occasionally, if you're lucky, you have disposable income out of that, and which you can use to buy luxury items. And I don't count comic books. I count some games as luxury items, like the ones that I'm not going to make videos on, and movies. I don't count the actual movie viewing experience as a luxury item. I count the basically anything that I'm going to make a video on, anything that I'm going to use for the channel is not a luxury item, in my opinion. It's a I don't want to say prop. I really don't want to say prop, but I guess they are luxury items because I don't need them to like actually survive. But yeah, that's a really shit analogy, I just realised. But essentially, I don't view a comic book that I'm going to review on the channel as like unnecessary, because at the end of the day, if anything gets used for the channel, it's necessary. Like the poster is necessary because without the poster, I don't have a background, and without a background, it's boring to watch. Like your eyes are just looking at me, and no one wants to look at me because, you know, I'm a disgusting, chubby English boy. It's like, but Groot poster, who doesn't want to look at Groot? You know, Groot's amazing. Yeah. That's another goal for this year. I want to make the background more interesting. The thing is, I have a whole like collection of Pop Funkos up there, which you can't see because my stupid tripod doesn't go up that high. It's like I want to do more. I want to do more stuff outside, like on location stuff as well. I do have. I have a video like on the steak bake, the vegan steak bake that's coming up. Which is something that I'm looking forward to, because I know that was popular around like the 2nd. But yeah, I'm very interested in doing that, because that would be very fun to do. But yeah, more on location stuff is definitely a thing that I want to do going forward as the years progress. I don't really have any more goals apart from that. Like, I want to post more stuff on Instagram. I want to get more involved in Twitter. I want to, get more involved in the community. But that was the thing that I wanted to do last year, and continue to go forward to do more this year. Because like the Instagram, if you look at my Instagram page, it's just like screenshots from Social Blade. Whenever I hit like a big, like whenever I get an extra 10 or an extra 50 subscribers, that's whenever I put something on Instagram, and that just feels, it just feels kind of lazy. Because like, I don't actually record my life on Instagram, and I feel like I should, but my life is very boring. It's like either going to be a picture of me sitting on a sofa watching like fucking The Masked Singer. Oh yeah, The Masked Singer is actually pretty good. It's like, what a shit concept for a show that actually is so good. Like in like actuality, it's like all the other singing competition shows and the X Factor Celebrity and stuff, like they can get in the bin. The Masked Singer is amazing because like it's not even about the singing. Yeah, the singing can be good, but it's literally about just guessing who's under this fucking mask. And it's like it's never who you think it's gonna be. It's never who you think it's gonna be. Like, they're shouting at the screen, like, this person's gonna be fucking Kesha. This is definitely Kesha. And, like, it'd take off the fucking mask, and it's Patsy fucking Palmer from EastEnders, of all people. It's like, that's like, why did you expect it to be someone actually famous? Why did you expect it to be, like, fucking, why did you expect these people to be, like, fucking Kim Kardashian? Like, you've got someone under a mask, and you got someone like dressed up as a duck, and you're like, oh, that's obviously Nicki Minaj, and then they'll probably take off the mask. It'll be fucking that person who got like to judges' houses on the X Factor. In fucking 2015. But yeah, I actually find that show genuinely entertaining. It's just such a shit concept, but because of the people that are actually involved in the show, like fucking Jonathan Ross. Jonathan Ross is involved in the show. Like, he's on the judging panel. Like, it's such a like niche concept that they're trying to fill. It's like, we don't need this. We don't need this on TV. It's the most silly, stupid thing, and it's actually television gold. it's so like, it's just the thought that they could get fucking CeeLo Green or David Beckham to dress up as a fucking tree. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And yeah, peace.